Just settle in. Sit nice and tall. Roll your shoulders up and back, relax them down, away from your ears. Take a big breath in through your nose. And sigh it out through your mouth. And let's do 2 more of those deep letting go breaths. Inhale to the nose. And sigh it out. And last one, inhale. And out. And continue just breathing. Regular, normal breaths, but pay attention to it. So notice how the breath feels as it comes in through your nostrils and down your throat and into your chest and perhaps into the belly. You might take a hand over your heart and a hand on your belly. And for a few breaths, just notice where the breath stops before it turns around and empties. So it might be shallow up into the space beneath your top hand or somewhere between the top and the bottom hand into the ribs, or maybe it comes all the way down. No worries if it doesn't, no judgment at all. Just notice where it is in this moment. And over a course of a few breaths, you might invite it to move a little deeper, no matter where you find it. So if it comes into your chest, see if you can get it into your ribs. If it comes down into your ribs, see if you can get it into your belly. If it comes into your belly, see if you can pull it down into the base of your pelvic floor, bring it all the way down. But don't create stress in the body as you do this. It's an invitation to just deepen the breath, wherever it might have been when we started. You might notice a settling in the body as you draw the breath deeper. And you might also notice a quieting of the mind, of the chatter in the mind. And if you find the chatter continues, see if you can let go of any thoughts as they come in without grasping them and building stories around them. Just kind of acknowledge and let them pass on through, just like a cloud in the sky. Come back to that watching and feeling and being aware of the breath. 3 more breaths. And then take your hands back to your lap. Just breathe naturally for a couple of breaths. And then open your eyes. And we'll do 3 sun breaths. No, we'll do 4. Let's do 4. We're going to do that one where we press the out breath down towards our lap. So the arms start by your sides, and as you inhale, sweep your arms wide. Bring your fingertips together and then press down towards your lap as you let the breath go. Arms back by your sides. Inhale, fill up, fingertips together, palms down. And let the breath out. 2 more. And the last one. Bring the hands up overhead and interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up. Press up towards the ceiling. On an exhale, reach the arms forward. Press the palms away from you, round the back. Kind of reach the hands forward. Nice arch in the upper back, kind of like a cat in the cat-cow series. Inhale, bring it back up. Maybe there's an arch in the low back here. And then fold again. Press the hands forward, arch into the upper back. And then bring everything back up, arch into the lower back, lift the heart. One more. Bring the hands forward, press the hands forward. Round the upper back, draw the navel in. And then bring it all the way back up. Great. Keep your left arm up as you take your right arm down. Take a nice breath in and take a lean over to the right. And just bob a little bit here. Kind of play with this posture. Seeing where it feels best in your body. So it might be deep today, it might be midway, might be very shallow. So just allow yourself to settle into the spot that feels best in your body. And breathe into the left side of the body, into the left lung, into the intercostals between the ribs on the left side. And see if you can keep anything that doesn't have to be working relaxed. So for instance, the shoulder. And then sweep it up and over to the other side. So the right hand will be up, the left hand will be down. Do a bob or two. And then settle in for a breath or two. Breathing into the right side, right lung, right ribs. Feel the expansion. And on an inhale, sweep your arms up. We'll come into a twist to the right. So take your left hand to the outer right thigh, right hand either beside you or behind you. And draw your navel in. Draw your right shoulder blade in towards your spine. Lift your sternum. So find a nice length in the spine here and a broadening through the chest. Begin to turn the head forward and back. Just let it drift. Noticing restriction, if there is any tenderness or tightness, if there is any. No forcing past those restrictions, just noticing. And the next time you look over your back shoulder, pause. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod your chin and relax your shoulders. And take 2 deep breaths. Now they can be inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, excuse me, or in and out through the nose, whatever's comfortable. And then bring the chin to neutral. Turn the gaze towards the front shoulder. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod the chin and relax the shoulders once again. Take 2 big breaths. And then bring the chin back to neutral. And sweep your arms up overhead. Take that twist to the left. So the right hand on outer thigh, left hand where it's comfortable for you. Sit nice and tall, left shoulder blade draws in. And begin to just drift the head. Noticing on this side any differences from the other side. Might be more freedom here in this twist. And there might be less. Might be the same. Turn your head towards the back and pause. Take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, nod your chin, relax your shoulders. Keep your spine nice and long here. And take 2 breaths. And then bring your chin to neutral and turn it towards the front. Take a nice breath in and nod your chin, relax your shoulders. Take 2 big breaths. And then as you inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, root down through your feet and legs. Really extend through the arms, through the chest, upward towards the ceiling. Then we're going to fold forward. A nice ragdoll we're coming into. So maybe the arms dangle, or maybe you hold opposite elbows. I like to dangle my arms, but you might like to hold your elbows. Totally fine. Maybe you do a little sway or nod or shake of the head. I like to roll my shoulders in this seated ragdoll. Take a big breath in through your nose, sigh it out through your mouth. And then sweep your arms out to the side, bring yourself all the way up, press your palms together, and then bring your thumbs to your sternum. Couple of breaths here. And then open your eyes and bring your hands out to the sides. So your arms are out to the side, your palms are up. We're going to tap our shoulders 10 times. So here's a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Keep your hands cupping your shoulders and begin to draw circles with your elbows. Just kind of getting into the upper back, into the space around your shoulder blades, your rhomboids and your trapezius. Really warming up the back. Notice what direction you're going in and reverse it. And then pause when your elbows are equally out to the side, parallel to the floor. We're going to take our elbows up on an inhale and down on an exhale. That was 1. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Elbows out to the sides. We're going to bring our elbows, kind of press them back towards the wall behind us on an inhale, and then together, or as close together as possible on the exhale. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Keep your elbows facing in front of you. Reach your arms forward. And so now we will tap our shoulders. So here we go. Here's a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Extend your arms and take your left arm, stack it over your right, and find eagle arms, whatever works for you. And then take your right leg up and cross over at the knee and squeeze, or if that's not possible, do it at the ankle. Pull your armpits apart, feel a nice stretch in your upper back. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, nod your chin. Really feel that nice stretch across the base of the neck, tops of the shoulders, along the upper back. Breathe into that. And if it would feel good for you, just take a lean forward. If staying upright works better, then stay upright. Keep the chin tucked, keep broadening through the upper back, keep squeezing the legs together. And then take 3 big breaths. I'm into sighs this week, so maybe you sigh the breath out, maybe you just let it out through your nose. And as you're ready, bring yourself up if you have folded, and undo your arms, undo your legs, move to the other side. So the right arm comes on top now, eagle arms of your choice. Take your left leg up and over, crossing at the knee or ankle. Squeeze your legs together. If you're crossed at the knees, pull your armpits apart wherever you are. Nod your chin. Take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, just fold, breathe. Sighs are good. I've been unconsciously sighing all week, so I feel really good and natural in my body today. And then bring yourself all the way back up. And unwrap yourself. So uncross your legs, untangle your arms, shake everything out. Oh. And then we'll move down into the core. Our core is so important for balance, for movement, for everything. So we want to keep these muscles as strong as possible. We're going to draw our navel in, bring our low ribs in and up towards our heart, and lift the pelvic floor before we begin. So we're going to bring our opposite knee and elbow together, keeping a tall spine. So you're trying to lift that leg as high as you can. So here's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. So now we're going to externally rotate the leg and kind of reach for our ankle or toes. Again, lifting that leg. So we're working the muscles in the leg as well as the core muscles here. So here we go. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. Feet down on the ground, about hip width distance apart, arms down by your sides. We will extend opposite arm and opposite leg, flexing the foot of the extended leg, reaching the fingertips forward with the extended arm. So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Great. Bring your feet out as wide as the legs of your chair. We're going to do that upper body circles here. So you might hold your thighs, you might extend your arms as if you're stirring a cauldron of soup. Some people like to do that. Just kind of rotate that upper body around. Keep that core engaged, especially as you lean back. You're really working these muscles to strengthen them. Notice what direction you're going in, and then as you're ready, just reverse direction. And the next time you're leaning forward, pause here. You can keep your hands on your thighs, draw your shoulders back, reach your heart forward. And then if you would like to take a forward fold with these wide legs, go ahead and glide your hands down towards the ground. Kind of let your body sink down towards the earth. Armpits maybe being supported by your knees or your thighs. Just let your head hang. Keep that core engaged to protect your back. Take a big breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. And then energize the inner foot, the inner leg. Sweep your arms out to the side. Bring yourself all the way up and bring your hands to your heart, thumbs to your sternum. Bring your feet back to about hip width distance apart, knees over ankles. And then take that right leg up, hold behind or in front. And we're going to draw circles, 3 or 4 or 5 circles in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. And then hugging that leg in, just circle the ankle. They'll pop those synovial fluid bubbles. Sometimes our ankles are very, very, very noisy, and part of the reason, I think I explained it last week, it is the trapped bubbles in the synovial fluid. So that is one reason for that clicky sound, that poppy sound. Point and flex your foot. And then flex the foot and bring that foot to your thigh. Foot is flexed to protect your knee. Just see how your right hip feels, right low back and buttock. Breathe into any tightness or restriction and decide whether or not a lean forward would feel good. It might intensify the stretch or the sensation, but move back if you encounter pain. So pain is not the goal of yoga. We work hard to avoid it, actually. We're trying to just recognize tight spots. Honor them, whatever they are, wherever they are, and then breathe into them to help relieve them. And as you're ready, bring yourself all the way back up. And take that foot out in front of you. Flex the foot and bring the ankle, or the heel, down to the ground. Glide towards your ankle. So a nice hamstring stretch here. You might feel it in your calf even as your foot is flexed. Just breathe into whatever you feel. And then bring it all the way back up. Feet are next to each other. Take that left leg up and in. Same thing on this side. So we're going to draw those circles with our knee. A few in each direction. And then hug in and rotate the ankle. Point, flex the toes. Eventually keeping that ankle flexed and bringing this ankle to your thigh or somewhere along your extended shin if that is where you are today. And now we dive into that left hip and low back and buttock. Just kind of closing your eyes. I like to close my eyes because it just brings me inside. Lets me really feel where I need to send the breath. So once you discover any tenderness or tightness, you might use your breath there and decide whether a little lean forward would feel good. Breathe nice full breaths here. And then come back to a nice vertical seated position. Take that leg forward, foot is flexed, heel to the ground. And glide your hand down towards the ankle or foot or toes. Maybe you bind the toes with your peace finger. Breathe into the back of this leg. So you're keeping this leg as straight as you comfortably can. You don't want excessive pulling in the back of the knee, so a little micro bend will help relieve that. And then glide yourself all the way back up. And prepare for our seated sun salutation. So feet as wide or narrow apart as you like. A little distance is useful in our forward folds, but do what feels right in your body. Sit nice and tall, arms down by your sides, nails drawn in. Everything's engaged here. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, glide all the way down. Nice forward fold, let the head relax. Inhale, find length. So the arms straighten and the heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, rise up, sweep the arms wide, bring yourself all the way up, palms pressed together overhead, come through the heart and back by your sides. Two more, inhale up, and exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, find length, and exhale, fold. Inhale, energize the inner thighs. Bring yourself all the way up. back to mountain. Last one before we add the twists. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lean, and exhale all the way down. Inhale, find length, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, rise up. And back to mountain. So we will add the twists, and as you know, if they're not good for you today, just leave them out. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale into cactus. Inhale, lean, and exhale, glide forward all the way down. On your inhale, create length. And on your exhale, left hand down, right arm out to the side, rotate to the right. Bring it back down and switch hands. Bring that rotation to the left. Bring it back down and then fold. On an inhale, bring yourself all the way back up. Hands through heart center and back to mountain. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, lean. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, left hand down, right arm out to the side. Take that rotation right. Bring it back down and take it to the other side. And bring it back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, bring it up. Hands to the heart and pause, thumbs to the sternum, eyes open or closed. Just kind of feel the repercussions of all those movements in the body, from the simple twists and lateral stretches to the more aggressive sun salutations that warm the bigger muscles of the body. So just feel the effect of all those movements on your body. And then open your eyes and bring your opposite hand to opposite shoulder so that we can do our 20 stand-up sit-downs. So put your feet in a position to support you, and we will start. Here's 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Bottom arm to the top for 11, and 12, and 13, and 14, 15, and 16, 17, and 18, and 19. Last one, 20. Have a seat. Nice breath in, and a big sigh out. And then find your way to standing. Bring your chair somewhere nearby, and find mountain pose. Just rock forward and back, or side to side, or circle the outer edges of your feet. Eventually finding stillness and a sense of rooting of the bottoms of the feet into the mat. A nice sense of stability as you draw your navel in. Let the tailbone be heavy. Roll your shoulders up and back. Relax your arms by your sides. Mountain pose. And then open your eyes and bring your weight into your right leg. Step back onto the toes of the left foot and begin to circle. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And reverse. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That left foot steps down and the right one goes back. For 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring your big toes together, heels are apart, knees together, and the hands are above them. Circle your knees for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Walk your hands up your legs and separate your feet, soften your knees, and circle your hips for 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Shake out those arms. Get super relaxed from the shoulders to the fingertips and begin to rotate the torso, coming into that standing waterfall. Let the breath be full. Love to sigh when I do this. It's the greatest little move to relieve stress and tension in the upper body, down the arms, and the brain. And then eventually bring yourself to stillness. Just kind of hang out here. Great. Step your feet a little further apart. Turn your toes out a little more. Bring your arms up overhead and press your palms together. We will sink 5 times into Goddess with a hold on the 5th. So here is 1 and 2, 3, and 4. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up and step the feet together. Arms relax. Take the left foot, cross it over the right, and bring your arms up overhead. Right hand grabs the left wrist, relax the shoulders. Take a little lean over to the right and breathe into the left side. Big breath. And then uncross your feet. Bring your hands to your shoulders. We're going to take a rotation to the right. So take a nice breath in. And as you exhale, rotate ribs and shoulders to the right. Elbows stay in line with each other. Hips stay straight ahead. Working to strengthen those muscles that wrap the ribs here as we hold and breathe. Then come back to center and release your arms. Take your right leg, cross it over your left. And bring your arms overhead. Left hand grabs the right wrist, relax the shoulders. We're going to take a little lean over to the left as you breathe into that left side. No, into the right side. Relax. And then uncross. Bring the hands to the shoulders. Take a breath in. And exhale into that rotation to the left. Stay facing forward and the elbows are in line with each other. Nice big breaths here. And then come back to center, release your arms down. So we're going to do a little hip movement here before we start our balance. And you can do this without holding a chair if you want to. I'm just going to put my finger on a chair. So we're going to start with the weight in the right leg. You're going to take the left leg up and out, down, and forward. We're doing this 5 times. So here's 2, out, down, and forward. 3, 4, and 5. So now we're going to reverse. We're going to go out and up and forward and down. Out, up, forward, and down. 3, and 4. Last one, 5. Great. Other side, weight is in the left side. So this time we're going up and out, down and forward. Up, up, down, and forward. Here's 3, and 4, and 5. All right, so now we go the other way. Here's out to the side, up, and forward and down, out, up, forward and down. 3, 4, and 5. Great. Great. So now our hips are super, super lubricated. So we're going to do some marching. So we'll march 10 times, lifting opposite legs, of course, as we march, but we're not going to use our hands to start. And we're going to try to keep our knees coming as high as possible, marching slowly to get our weight on one side or the other. So this not only is good for balance, it's really good for your core. So here we go. Start on either leg. Here's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Last one. Excellent. So now we will do opposite arms, lifting the arm up overhead, opposite arm. Start on either side. Here's a 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. Excellent. And we'll come into our tree. So bring your weight into your right leg, come onto the toes of your left foot and externally rotate that knee. Toes can be down or up your leg. Hands at your heart, I have slippery pants on, I'm gonna keep my toes down. Or arms overhead, I'll watch the clock. So as we hold, you might think about engaging that core, navel and lower ribs in and up, pelvic floor lifting. And nice full breaths. Turn your knee forward and step out of your tree. Nice job. And we'll move to the left side. The weight in the left, onto the toes of the right. Turn that knee out. Lift the foot up your leg if you like. Keep your toes down if you like. Arms can lift or stay at your heart. They can stay on your hips, wherever it is you feel most balanced. Find your drishti, that point of focus that does not move. And connect with your breath. And then turn your knee forward and step out of your tree. You can shake it out if you like. So we're going to do a warrior series without the chair today. So I'm going to have you move the chair off your mat. It's still on there. And we will come into star pose. So the feet are wide, feet are facing forward. Bring your arms up, kind of in a Y shape. And we are in star pose. Take your left toes and turn them out. Bring your arms parallel to the ground and bend into that front leg. So you're in warrior 2, hips are nice and open. And the heart is centered between the hips. So we're not leaning one way or the other. Try to stay nice and vertical. And then flip the front hand. Reach it forward as you lengthen over that front leg. And then reverse your warrior as you take your right hand down your back leg and reach your left hand up. Front knee stays bent, so you're still in warrior leg, shoulders relax. And breathe. On an exhale, come back to warrior two. You're gazing over the front fingertips. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, one more time, reach that front arm forward and then bring the forearm to your thigh. Take that back arm up to the ceiling or turn it to face the top of your mat and reach your arm bicep by your ear, creating a nice long line from your fingertips to your outer right foot. You can work your core if you really feel like it by taking that bottom arm and reaching it forward. And then straighten that front leg, arms out to the side. One more time, we're gonna reach with that front leg and front arm. And this time we're gonna tip into triangle. So trying to keep a nice straight line in the ribs. So you're reaching that left underarm away from that left hip. And the head stays in line with the tailbone rather than dipping towards the floor. Bending into that front leg, bringing yourself back to warrior two. And then straightening that leg one more time, turning the toes forward and coming into star. Then we're going to turn the right toes out. Come into warrior two. So we're gazing over the front fingertips, the right fingertips this time. Relax the shoulders, center the heart between the hips. Flip the front hand, reach forward, so extend the torso over that front leg. And then reverse your warrior. So the top hand, front hand up to the ceiling, back hand down the back leg. Gaze can be up or straight ahead. And then come back to warrior two. Again, we're going to reach and extend, lengthen through that right side, and then take that front forearm to your thigh, and that back arm up to the ceiling. Palm facing the long side of your mat, or turning your palm to face your head, and reaching, getting that nice long line along the left side of your body. Again, you can increase the effort here by taking the bottom arm and reaching it forward. And then coming back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. One more time, reaching with that front arm and tipping into triangle. Bending into that front leg, coming back to warrior two. And then bringing the arms overhead, gentle warrior, feet facing forward, arms in star position. We'll take one forward fold. Nice breath in, exhale, hands to the hip creases, reach the heart forward, and then glide the hands down the legs. Maybe you wrap your big toes with your peace fingers, bend your elbows, and just kind of hang here. Or you can take your hands to the floor under your head, or turn your fingertips towards the back, walk them back. Whatever feels good in your body today. I like to wrap my big toes myself. Big breath in, straighten your arms, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. And then as you're ready, walk your hands up your legs. Come all the way back up and pause for a breath to let the blood come back from your head into your body. And then step to the front of your mat, and we will move down to the mat. So find mountain pose once again, engaging the core, relaxing the shoulders. Nice big breath in, and a big sigh out. Inhale your arms up overhead, press your palms together, exhale, bow forward. Inhale, find the length, hands to shins or thighs. Draw the shoulders back, reach the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, fold back down, hands come to the mat. Take one foot back and lower the knee, and then the other one comes back next to it. Lower that knee. I'm going to once again put a pad under my knee. Funny story how I hurt my knee. I actually tripped over Webster when we were out for a walk, landed hard. A lot of the weight landed on my knee, so that's why I'm cushioning my knee. All right, so nice tabletop. Let's do a few cat and cow. So the tailbone lifts, belly drops, heart lifts, and gaze does, as well as the arms straighten and push the mat away. Exhale, tailbone turns down and forward, arch the upper back, draw the navel towards the spine, relax the head down. So just kind of flow, undulating the spine. Coming to a neutral tabletop, knees hip width distance or mat width distance. Sink your hips back to your heels and just come into a child's pose. Maybe wiggle your hips, stack your hands, rest your forehead on that stack or put a block underneath your forehead. I like to wiggle right down into this posture as best I can. Relax the shoulders, take 3 big breaths. And then come back to tabletop. We're going to find our way to a seated staff pose. So bring a hip down, swing your legs around. Extend your legs long on your mat and flex your feet. Engage the muscles in your legs. Roll the shoulders up and back. Bring your hands right by your hips. So imagine that you're sitting right flush up against a wall. So the navel's drawn in, the shoulders are drawn back, shoulder blades towards each other, elbows even move towards each other. Couple of breaths here. And then as you're ready, we're going to find our way to our backs. I'm gonna put this back here to catch my head. And you can come down slowly or with me from the count of 10, backwards from 10 to 1. So here we go. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Once you're there, take a full body stretch. So reach the fingertips long, reach the toes down to the bottom of the mat, and then begin to alternate both sides of the body as you extend the same foot and fingers in opposite direction. Just lengthen like a rubber band. Eventually, both hands or reach both feet. Reach, take a big, big, big breath in. And as you exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Nice squeeze. You might want to rock a little bit here. Tossing your legs from hand to hand or circling your knees on the ceiling. Eventually stopping any movement, coming to stillness, knees are still close to your chest. Bring your arms out like wings. Take a nice breath in, and as you're ready, exhale to the left, the legs fall. So the ankles and the knees and the hips stack. Maybe the gaze goes to the right. And if your legs don't get to the ground, that's okay. You might put a block underneath the bottom leg or between the bottom and top leg. Maybe a blanket would feel better, or a pillow. Whatever tool you might have at your disposal, just so that you can be supported by something as you kind of let go into this double-legged twist. And give a little scan of the body to see If there are still any tight spaces you can breathe into. And then as you're ready, engage your core once again. Bring your knees through center. And then let them fall to the right. So the ankles stack, the knees stack, the hips stack. And again, maybe you put a block or some support underneath the bottom leg or between the top and bottom leg. I'm going to put a block between my legs here because I'm not quite as flexible heading in this direction. And I don't want that leg to just kind of hang in midair. I'm going to look over my left fingertips. You might do the same. And see what you can relax. What is still holding on? And you send your breath to the rescue. Just kind of let go of any gripping or holding, tightness. And then as you're ready, bring yourself on to your back. So we're going to do a supported bridge today. And if you don't have a block, you could roll up a blanket, stack a bunch of pillows, or you could do a free for all bridge, just hold and strengthen. I'm going to do a supported bridge today. So I invite you to join me. So feet are flat on the ground, heels, ankles are underneath the knees, heels close to the buttocks. Have a block or a pillow, whatever you're going to use for support ready. And then lift up and support yourself. So the block goes at the, across the sacrum. Arms can stay by your sides. You can rest them on your belly. And then walk your right leg long in a nice stretch across the front of the right leg, the hip flexor here on the front. And then glide that foot back. See how that feels. And extend the other leg. Nice stretch through the left hip flexor. And draw that foot back. So if that felt okay in your body, you might explore both legs. You're kind of in this like bridge shape, literally. The heels and the feet, the one end of the bridge, your nose, your forehead, the other head. And there's this nice little arched bridge in your body, but it should feel good. So you want it to feel okay. And if it doesn't, just bring your feet back. Flattening your feet back so that your ankles are under your knees. Lifting your hips and turning the block so that you're on the flat side of the block. If you don't have a block, stack your hands or place a rolled blanket or pillow under your sacrum, under your tailbone. We're going to come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. Take your left leg in towards your chest, then your right block is right underneath the very top part of your tailbone where it meets the sacrum. Let your legs float up to the ceiling. Let your arms relax either out like wings or by your sides or in cactus. And you can choose to stay here for Shavasana. if it feels really super wonderful. And if you choose to stay here and in the middle of Shavasana you need to come out of it, that's okay. So you can start here and wind up in corpse pose or some other pose. But if you're not going to stay here, just bring one foot down at a time. Lift your hips. Remove the block. And find your own position for Shavasana this morning. Actually, it's afternoon. Once you get into the position of your choosing, take a big breath in through your nose and a big sigh out through your mouth. I'm going to share with you during Shavasana today the loving kindness meditation, meditation. They haven't done it in a very long time in this class. So I'll guide you through it. So start by saying to yourself, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease. I'll say it one more time, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I live with ease. And then taking your awareness to visualizing perhaps a person, a spouse, a child, a relative, a friend, someone who's always there for you. And repeating the same phrases with that person in mind. So may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Bringing to mind someone who you might come in contact with every now and again, but you don't really know. It could be the person who you buy your coffee from in the morning, or your mail person, your mail carrier, or someone who you see but don't really know. You would recognize them. Same thing. Keeping that individual in your mind's eye. Repeating the phrases, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. Repeating a time or two as you keep that visual in mind. And then moving to an individual with whom perhaps you've had a disagreement, an argument, or someone who is a difficult person in your life. Letting go of those feelings and bringing that image of that individual to mind, repeating the same things. For that individual, may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Again, repeating as you wish. And finally, the final phrase is, may all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. And may all beings live with ease. Repeating that a time or two. Letting go of the mantra if you like, or adding a name or two or a vision or two of some individual in your life that you'd like to extend these loving kindness thoughts to as you rest in Shavasana. Or you can just let it go, or you can repeat them for yourself. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. And you might bring your attention back to your breath. Allowing each new breath to be fuller than the breath before it, and each breath out a little more of a relaxation or release or letting go. Bringing movement back into the physical body, wiggling fingers or toes, circling ankles or wrists, or letting the head gently drift from side to side. And if it would feel good to take a nice full body stretch, do it. Bring those arms overhead, extend those feet long, take the biggest, fullest breath of the day into the lungs. And when you think you're full, don't stop. Bring more in, expand those lungs even more. And then sigh that breath out as you hug your knees into your chest for that final squeeze of the practice, that squeeze of gratitude toward yourself for making it to class today, for doing this beautiful practice for yourself, and for recognizing its worth to you and honoring it by being here. Choosing to roll to one side or stay on your back, just checking in to see how things have shifted or changed since the practice started. Finding one small thing that you might take out into your day would be just the power of the breath, the sigh, to relieve any tension or stress in the body or the mind. Leaving one thought or worry that doesn't serve you on your mat, kind of roll it up, put it away, and if it needs to be with you, it will come back in time, but go out from your practice today a little lighter, freer, a little less stressed or burdened. And as you're ready to end your practice, find your way to a comfortable seat. And once you are seated, bring your hands to your hearts. We bring our hands to our hearts, reminding us to fill our hearts with kindness and compassion. And to our lips, reminding us to speak words of kindness and compassion. And to our third eye, reminding us to expand our thoughts of kindness and compassion towards ourselves as well as others. And in honor of the light that shines in each one of us, the light that unites us all, we bow and say namaste.